Koralia was not like the other merfolk of the shimmering city of Abyssal. While they communed with dolphins, coaxed luminescence from plankton, or sang currents into gentle eddies, her gifts were of a grander, more terrifying scale. With the deliberate blink of her sea-green eyes, she could summon tidal waves that could reshape coastlines. With the faintest twitch of her slender nose, she could stir the very bones of the world, creating tremors that rumbled through the deepest trenches. The other merfolk called her the Cradle of Cataclysm, and their awe was laced with fear. They lived in the gentle, sun-dappled shallows. Koralia belonged to the crushing, volatile dark. She spent her days in solitude, far from the coral spires and mother-of-pearl plazas, learning the weight of her power by whispering to leviathans and calming the restless magma vents. Her only confidant was an old, scarred sea turtle named Kale. They fear what they cannot command, he would rumble, his voice like grinding stones. Your power is not a cursed child. It is the ocean's own heartbeat. One day, it will demand its rhythm. That day arrived not with a whisper, but with a scream of rending metal. A shadow fell over Abyssal, not of a cloud, but of a monstrous iron ship. It was a deep-sea drilling rig, its colossal legs spearing the seabed, its proboscis-like drill biting into the ocean floor. With every rotation, a shudder of agony pulsed through the water. The vibrant coral gardens grayed and died. Fish fled in panic. The very song of the city was drowned out by the mechanical shriek of extraction. The Mare King, Koralia's own father, summoned the city's greatest warriors. They launched their mightiest attacks, swarming the rig, trying to foul its propellers, bending its pipes with concentrated currents. But their power was that of the surface and the stream. Against the cold, unfeeling iron behemoths, they were but gnats. They were driven back by deafening sonic cannons that left them disoriented and bleeding from their gills. From her lonely observatory, Koralia felt it all. Each turn of the drill was a twist in her gut. Each spill of black, viscous poison into the pure water was a stain on her soul. The ocean's pain was her pain. She swam to her father's throne room, the water still trembling from the failed assault. "Father," she said, her voice steady though her heart hammered against her ribs. "Let me try." The court fell silent. Her father's face was etched with despair. "Koralia, your power, it is not a scalpel. It is an axe. You could destroy Abyssal itself. That rig is an axe already swinging," she countered, her gaze unwavering. "They will not stop until the heart of the world is drained. I can make them stop." With Kale the turtle by her side, she ascended from the abyss. The water grew thick with toxins, the light from above sickly and dim. The roar of the machine was a physical force. She positioned herself directly before the massive drill, a single, iridescent figure against a monstrosity of industry. She took a breath, drawing the ocean's anguish into herself. First, she blinked. It was not a rapid, nervous flicker, but a slow, deliberate closing and opening of her eyes. As her lashes swept down, the sea behind her gathered itself into a mountain of water. It was not a wave. It was a wall. A moving cliff face, silent and immense, racing from the horizon. It hit the rig with the force of a continent. The structure groaned, metal screaming in protest. The lights on deck flickered and died. The relentless drill stuttered to a halt. Alarms blared on the surface. Men scrambled, shouting about a freak wave, an impossible storm on a clear day. Then, Koralia twitched her nose. It was the faintest of movements, a slight crinkling at the bridge of her nose, as if smelling something foul. Deep beneath the seabed, in the tectonic plates that had slumbered for millennia, a lock was turned. The earthquake began not as a shake, but as a deep, primordial groan. The seabed liquefied around the rig's massive legs. The world tilted. With a sound that drowned out all human noise, the legs buckled. The great iron tower listed violently, its deck sloping into the churning sea. The drill, the object of so much avarice, snapped like a twig. Silence returned, broken only by the gurgle of escaping air and the cries of the fleeing crew in their lifeboats. The rig, mortally wounded, began its long, slow descent into the abyss from which it had tried to steal. Koralia hovered, exhausted, the immense power leaving her trembling. The poisonous seepage had stopped. The mechanical scream was replaced by the ocean's slow, healing sigh. She returned to Abyssal not to fear, but to a silence heavier than any she had known. Then, her father swam forward. He did not bow to her power, but he placed a hand on her shoulder, his touch firm and proud. They no longer saw the Cradle of Cataclysm. They saw Koralia, their protector. The merfolk who could command the ocean's fury had not destroyed their home. She had saved it by reminding the world above that some depths were not meant to be plundered. And she did it all with just a blink and a twitch. The end. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.